You got a lighter?
To set the truck on fire?
Yeah.
No, I sure don't.
Yeah.
Do you need a lighter?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, that was loud. If you own a Dakota, you've probably seen it in this state before. With no bumper and no grill. Because it's actually pretty easy to take off. But we're working on Greg's truck today with working on replacing some body panels that have been decorative, what do you want to call it? Modified. Decoratively modified. But in all honesty, we actually found some parts online and bought a fender and a door and a hood for Greg's truck. As you can kind of see right here, it's had better days. That would take way too long to try to get out of there, and the door's messed up too. Can't just really see it. So, like I said, you've probably seen a Dakota in this shape before, and we're just gonna kind of go after getting it all cleaned up and stuff. I don't know why he took the headlight off.
Because I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna order a new one.
Okay, well there you go. We'll just leave the front off, yeah, while it's off.
Just gotta take the grill off.
And we've had some other developments too. We have this really cool mod that he did to his truck with the torque flex mod, he calls it. So yeah, I mean, that's legit right there. That's a 318 torque flex mod that we're working on. This poor truck needs some help, but we're gonna give it some help with some nitrous oxide coming soon. So we're gonna continue to tear this thing down, just to show you guys the process of taking this fender off. You have to take the bumper off, otherwise you can scratch it down here. There's bolts on the front face of the core support. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts on top of the fender. There's bolts all along the inner fender well, and then there's 2 more bolts down here on this side, and then the fender comes off, and then we're gonna work on the door. So throwing on some time lapse, and we'll get to it. So just since the fender's off, in case anybody's ever wanting to replace the fender, I just kind of want to go over where all the bolts are for the driver's side. So you have 2 up here in the core support, 2 on the front of the core support, and then there's 1 here on the battery tray. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts on the inner fender wall, 2 bolts up here on the cab. And then at the very bottom of the fender, on the inside of the fender, you actually have 2 bolts that bolt into it down there. It's disgusting, I'm not going to show that. But anyway, so that's all you need to pull that fender off. It's actually pretty easy. It's just, it takes a little bit of time to get these off, because it's hard to get like an impact in there and whatnot. But so that's off. Now we're going to work on removing the door. door is off. It's literally just 6 bolts. One thing that I wanted to share is if you're ever taking off the trim piece on the door, see if you guys can see this, for the handle, we've broken these before, way back in the day when we had our other Dakotas. I guess I still have the same Dakota. But when you're pulling this trim piece off, you pull back towards the back of the door, so this way. And then you won't break your clips, which is good. So other than that, we're just gonna prep this door to go back on, probably pull this panel off real quick, and yeah. Prepping the fender. Apparently it had a set under dirt, I guess. I'm not sure. But we're gonna paint the inside of this while it's off, because we'll worry about the outside later. But holy crap, it's a lot of dirt. It's all on the ground.
All just like,
jeez.
that's from the cowling.
It's really good for your latch there. And yeah. So we'll get back to it. Just let it sit for a while.
Yeah.
All right.
Getting like all agitated.
Some name brand purple cleaner here, and yeah, get it all cleaned up, wash it off, and paint it. So if your hood closes like this, you might have some screwed up hinges. We have identified, well, one, that's fun, but at some point in time, the original hood on this truck, which is out there in a pile, went flat, went up, probably at speed, smacked the windshield, busted it, dented the hood, and also bent the, what do you call them? Hinges for the hood. So yeah, so we're gonna be done for today, I think, but we're gonna have to go to the junkyard and get some hinges, and so we're gonna plan on doing that tomorrow. But Greg's kind of painting, yeah, still some fuses. Greg's kind of painting the top half of the fender just because, yeah, and but the door and the fender are on. The door opens and shuts really well. It doesn't have much drop in it when it opens, so hinges are still pretty good. And now he's got a spotted truck too. So we're kind of back over in the parts pile from the donor truck. That long time ago I bought a truck, and we figured while we're out here, we might as well try to see if we can use some of these parts. And we found a really cool way to clean up the headlight, or actually, you know, make the headlight assemblies a lot more useful. And Greg's going to show you that real quick. He's going to show you right now. It's really important to take your time when you do this, so just make sure that you allocate some time for it. So go ahead and get started on that. Look at that, crystal clear. You just,
it's so clear you can see,
right through it. Yeah,
it's like oh,
man, I've wasted a lot of time trying to clear that up otherwise.
I mean,
it's fantastic, right?
Remove some of this black,
yeah,
darkness over here. You gotta remove some of it.
That's, man, great job, dude. I'm glad you showed me that. It took a lot less time than I thought it was gonna take.
Damn, it's so clear. You could like see through the other side.
All right, junkyard trip later, and we have some success. We have new, beautifully painted hood hinges, and now finally close the hood. Ta-da! New straight hood on the truck. New fenders and door, or fender and door. And we're just waiting for the headlights now, and once we get everything in, we'll start buying some sandpaper and going to town, probably on the whole cab, because it's so bad. Greg kind of already just played around with this and painted it. It actually looks pretty decent. But yeah, it's good to go, I think, for the most part. Before we had a bad issue with the hood hitting the cowl. You can kind of see all these scrape marks and stuff like that. And now it opens fine and dandy. So headlights are coming in. Throw the grill back on, and she'll have a bunch of straight body panels on her again. So yeah. And then Greg's gonna decide what he wants to do on a power plant, and but before that we're gonna get some sauce to put on it and make some runs, and probably scatter the who knows how many Model 318 that's on that truck. So at least a hole in the oil pan, right? So anyway, we'll update you next when we get the headlights in. It's just 3 bolts, and we'll show you that quick. And then the little black Dakota is going to be ready to go. And yeah, so we'll be back. We're back at the truck, and as you can see, we did some tasteful decorations on the hood. Let me show you real quick how to put that headlight in. All right, so to put them on, there's actually 3 bolts. So there's one here, and then one here. Now, we didn't hook up any of the self-adjusters. Those are actually right here and here, and you can actually get on them with like a socket or a wrench or pliers or something. Actually, there's another one up here too. But that's all it takes. You remove the grill and loosen these 3, pull the headlight out, put them in, tighten them up. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all there is to it. All right, but looks really good with the new headlights in. The hood that's not all dented up and messed up. The custom cloud style racing stripes. We're eventually going to paint this truck, but so we're just kind of playing around with what we had because we had the extra time to do so, and it doesn't really matter. But yeah, she looks a whole lot better than she did before with the straight body panels on it. Now we just got to get all this stuff in the back, which is junk. Doors and tailgates and hoods, and there's some stuff over there obviously from the original donor truck. It's got to get taken to the scrapyard, so we're actually going to do that this weekend, get it out of my backyard. So thank you guys again for coming along and checking out Greg's Dakota projects. We actually got a new motor for it and transmission for it, and I'm excited to show you guys that here very soon. So stay tuned. It'll be something you've seen before, but a little different as well. So that's all I'll put out there for now. If you do enjoy this content, guys, please support the channel and subscribe, or check out racerxgarage.com. We've got some t-shirts up there and some decals you can buy, so check that out. And again, as always, until next time, y'all be good.